Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the president of Citizens Bank Michigan, Rick Hampson.
All right, well, good afternoon and welcome. What a fantastic crowd here. It's awesome to have everyone coming out before the holidays. Citizens Bank is once again thrilled to sponsor this year's State of the Region event, which provides an annual snapshot of the economic health of Southeast Michigan. I got to start by complimenting the Chamber, Sandy and the Chamber team and what they do all year long. It's critical to our region. It's truly critical. And then this report is fantastic information. So it's gotten better and better over the 6 years they've done it. What you're going to see in the data, and you're starting to see, is there's a lot to like in the information in terms of our region continuing to be leaders against our peers and against the whole country. And then in areas where we've not competed as well, you're going to see that we've started to get a little better. So we're improving against our peers. I think what I've seen is there's continued optimism among our companies we deal with, and in both small and large companies around our region. So here, from my perspective, are some of the takeaways from the data that you're going to see. First, the past, the present, and the future of transportation and automotive is clearly here in Detroit and Southeast Michigan, no question. We're leading the way in the development of new technologies in autonomous driving, mobility, and then we're also becoming a leader in technology. And so great things going on here. And what has that led to? Young people around the region are noticing. So the millennial population over the last 5 years in Detroit has grown by up 12%. And that's, I think, second among our peer regions. So really good things going on. Young people want to be part of it. Private sector job growth is up 1.4% over the last report. And that's close to the national average. And then the labor participation rate, which is a critical one, is improved by 0.3%. So you say 0.3%, that's not a huge increase. But compared to regions where it's going down, that's actually a pretty good result. And what that means is we're creating jobs here in our region, which is great. We just need to get more people participating in those. Office and industrial vacancy rates are below the national average for the second year in a row. And that's probably not surprising as you look around the town. There's cranes. So all of our buildings are filled, and we're building new ones to keep up with the pace of growth. And then median home values are up significantly. So the sixth straight year, and they've risen by 32% over the last 5 years. So we are creating wealth for our homeowners around this region. But probably most important of all, I would say, is innovation continues to be huge for us here in this region, as evidenced by the remarkable patent record that we've had. So patents granted were up 32% over the last 5 years, and that's 26 percentage points over the national average. So the one thing we're doing right is continuing to innovate and adapt and to changes, and that's really how this region got to where we are today. But to get a real sense as to why Detroit's doing so well, you really have to talk to business owners, which we and my team do quite often. And so when you talk to them, there's a real sense of optimism about what's going on in our region. Sure, all the things talked about earlier, the trade war and the tariffs that are a part of things, that's obviously a challenge for people. There's a bit of a, I'd say, wait and see kind of attitude as it relates to the election. But plenty of people are saying now's the time to invest in our companies and grow in this region. So it's a pretty exciting time. So I would say, and two things. There's two themes that we're hearing pretty consistently. One's a negative, one's a positive. The negative is worker shortages. So there continues to be comments from our clients that it's hard to find workers to fill the jobs they need. However, the positive is what it's led to is robotics, digital solutions, innovation for companies to be even more efficient if they can't find those workers. And then the positive, by far, and it's been consistent in this region for years, I think it's part of who this region is, and that's regional collaboration. And so political, business, and community leaders come together in this region and work incredibly well together, and I think that's why we're so successful here. It's critical. And so the last thing I would say is in terms of this region continuing to be as successful as it is, we have to give back to the communities where we work and where we live. And so we encourage our colleagues, and I know I look around at all the companies, everyone encourages their colleagues to volunteer and give back. And so a couple of nonprofits that are really important to us at Citizens. On the hunger side, it's Gleaners Community Food Bank. We've been supporting the the Hunger-Free Summer Program, where we've given up to 2 million meals every year and beyond for the last 6 summers in a row when kids are out of school and don't have their school lunches. Financial literacy and mentoring. Junior Achievement is a big partner. Great Lakes Women's Business Council is a big partner. And then Big Brothers Big Sisters of Southeast Michigan is a huge one for us. And then lastly, on the topic of workforce development, we work very closely with the Greening of Detroit, Detroit Employment Solutions Corporation. And then one other partnership I'd mention, I'm not sure how many Fifth Third colleagues in the room, but ourselves at Citizens and Fifth Third have come together and funded for Citizens Research Council, the 100-year-old think tank, nonpartisan think tank that does great work in our region. We work together to co-fund some dollars on research for workforce development, which is hugely critical, as I said, to all of our clients. So really cool to come together with them and work on that. So in closing, I would say our region has great things going on. There's a ways to go in certain categories, but I think we're all working on that. We need to continue to innovate, because I think that's how we got to where we are today. Continue to give back to the communities, and I think we're going to do great. So with that, I guess my comment to all of you is I appreciate all you do for this region, and have a great holiday. Thank you.